Want to know how to trap your friends in an infinitely regenerating room or stop them from sleeping forever? Here are 28 ways to really mess with your friends in Minecraft. Instead of just moving an AFK player to an obsidian box, how about putting them into a water-filled box with regenerating walls? All you have to do is place lava on the outside of the box, place a conduit to stop them from drowning, and an elder guardian will make sure it takes them literally forever to mine out.
I know how to get out!
Hoppers literally have a built-in way to prank people. If you hate building huge farms, wait for someone else to do it for you, and place your own hopper beneath the ones that catch all the items. It'll filter you half their items, so you get some free stuff and they won't even notice. 1.20 added this awesome new feature that lets note blocks make mob sounds if you add the right head on top. This means you can set up a random redstone clock below someone's face and drive them insane with mob noises that they'll never be able to track down. One of my favorite ways to set up one of these random clocks is to add a chicken underground somewhere in a small room with a pressure plate. The chicken will walk around slowly and activate whatever you want it to. I recommend a bell because, oh my god, they're loud. If you want to be even more annoying and going to sleep with monsters nearby, I think this phrase will still haunt us in 20 years. All you've got to do is bring over a mob, name tag it, and hide it underneath your friend's bed. A creeper is best for this because it's silent and it'll take forever for your friend to find it. And when they do, is your friend one of those people that has a bunch of those drop chutes in their base to get around? A super simple way to mess with them is to simply change the water to a lapis block or blue stained glass. But a lot of people have grown wise to this and will check first. That's why you can add this setup of chests and water at the bottom so you can jump down and be totally fine. But when your friend follows you, he'll have a slightly less safe landing. Another similar trap is to place a drip leaf above a huge pit. When you fall onto it, you'll be totally fine. But it'll flip down when your friend falls and send them into the deep dark pit below. Did you know that observers can tell when you hop in a bed? This gives me an idea. Using a simple circuit with a dispenser, you can create a machine that'll stop them from ever sleeping. There's always one guy that's super protective about their builds and won't let you anywhere near them. And obviously, you can't just blow their base up. Or can you? Well, that didn't work. So instead, if you've got any copper in their build, try using an axe on it to change the color, and then waxing it with honeycomb. Or if they have logs, simply strip them with an axe to change the color. Such a simple troll that will easily ruin any friendships you may have left. If somebody has a carpet in their house, they've left themselves open to one of the easiest and most annoying pranks in the game. All it takes is for you to tear up their carpet and place a bunch of water below, and then fill it up with pufferfish. As soon as they walk home and expect to lay down on their comfy, cozy carpet, they'll get a spiky surprise. Don't you think it's weird that all dogs look exactly the same in Minecraft? You can use this to really mess with people. All you've got to do is push someone's dog somewhere hidden and replace it with your own. When your friend comes to grab their dog for walkies, they'll spend ages trying to figure out why they can't make it sit up. Just make absolutely sure that you don't hurt their dog in the process at all. Oh god, I can't help myself! Did you know you can add the curse of binding to a carved pumpkin? And that you can equip carved pumpkins with dispensers? I think you get the idea. You can place a dispenser pretty much anywhere, like under somebody's door. And before they know it, yeah, where's the nearest cliff? Does your friend have one of those ugly gravel paths around their house? Well, to punish them for not using this build hack from my last video, try this. Tear up their gravel path and dig out a pit below. Then add a bunch of signs placed like this that'll hold the gravel up. All you need now is a piston that would remove this block. And as soon as you step on this pressure plate, it all falls down! I'd also recommend filling the pit with cobwebs above some lava to really make them think about what they've done. Spawn trapping is one of the most annoying things to do to someone in any game, and luckily, it's super simple to do in Minecraft. All you need to do is remove all the blocks around someone's bed and place this obsidian chamber right next to it instead. Whenever they respawn, they'll be trapped in here without tools and forced to punch their way out. There are tons of ways to mess with AFK players in Minecraft that are way more fun than just pushing them into lava. For example, one of my personal favorites is to instead push them into a composter that's filled up to about here, and then close a trapdoor on top of them. For one, it looks hilarious, but it'll also be super funny to watch your friend try to figure out why they can't open the trapdoor. And when all is said and done, all they've got to do is break the composter. Help! If you want to cause a more permanent problem for your friend though, this one might be for you. Using this setup of slime blocks and redstone, you can create a rocket that'll send your friend all the way up to the top of the world. Ever notice that light grey stained glass truly ruin your friendship? Try building this in someone's roof, and add a hopper and dispenser to shoot out the eggs the chicken lays. Their house will be filled with baby chicks in no time, and they'll have no idea why. Every Minecraft player knows the pain of glass panes look exactly the same as an empty inventory slot. This means you can secretly fill somebody's somebody's inventory with them, or worse, fill all their chests with them. And if you name them all differently, they'll have to slowly remove every single piece individually. Speaking of chests, they're a perfect way to test the strength of your friendship. With a comparator, some pistons, and a diamond, you can test exactly how much you should be trusting your friends. One of the best parts about pranking somebody is being able to see their reaction when they realize what's happening, and nothing does that better than this setup made by Grian. Nobody can resist the satisfaction of punching out a huge tower of scaffolding, so build one up above somebody's house, but have it hold just a single block of lava like this. When your friend goes to break it and realizes what's happened, it's already too late, and you'll get to watch them scramble to try and stop it. Another of Grian's devious inventions is the boat bomb, and this one's even simpler. All you've got to do is craft a ton, and I mean a ton of boats, and chuck them on top of a hopper, and dispense them all out like this. As soon as an unsuspecting explorer comes along and tries to get in, yeah, I'll make sure they find this themselves, so you don't have to help clean it up. Speaking of bombs… I'm sorry! Did you know that TNT dropped into an end portal doesn't actually explode until you jump in yourself? It even keeps its fuse length, so if you drop it from around 70 blocks up, it'll instantly blow up whoever is unfortunate enough to head through next, along with all the valuable gear they were bringing too. Dripstone works too if you're not feeling that mean, but let's face it, you'd rather blow them up. Another great way to blow someone sky high is with TNT minecarts. Sure, there's all these ways to create nukes with them, but let's face it, you're gonna have to end up cleaning that up. So instead, if someone has a railway down to their mines, just add a couple TNT minecarts at the end. When they run into them and blow up, if anything, you're just helping them mine. Since they were added in the 1.13 update, bubble columns have been the absolute best elevator solution we've had. And conveniently, there's tons of ways to trap them and make your friends' lives just a little bit worse. The easiest is to surround the top in obsidian, so they have to spend ages mining it while underwater to get out. But my personal favorite is to shoot a bunch of tipped arrows in the water that hit anyone coming up. Instant damage or poison works to give them a real scare, but I prefer to use slowness to create just the tiniest inconvenience for them. One of the simplest ways to really make someone mad in Minecraft is to simply just fill up their house with water. It takes you 2 minutes to place a bunch of water or ice on their roof, but will take them forever to place and break blocks everywhere to get rid of it all. If you want to be really evil, you can bone meal a bunch of kelp to make all of the water source blocks, so without sponges, they're gonna be there for years. If you want to take your friend out in a super creative way, try using this super unique trick. When there's enough entities in a small place, it'll start dealing damage to them. That means if you can get your friend to fall into a hole with a bunch of minecarts, it'll start damaging them automatically. If you'd rather be less malicious, try using armor stands instead. They won't deal damage, but they take forever to break. Oh, finally I broke the last one. Now to climb out!